doing my manufacturing? How am I enabling my workforce to get trained? Like we do with Army, we use simulators and everything to train them. So I think so it needs more, integration of technology. It is no more like somebody mentioned here, I think so Rajiv ji very correctly mentioned, it is not nut bolt anymore. It's overall capability development. And it's a very complex system. We are manufacturing night vision devices, thermal imaging equipment. I heard Inderji speak about it. We are doing it right in the heart of UP Defense Corridor in Kanpur. He made a very good point. I made a note of it that, he can help us to reach to TRL level 8 with his setup. But again, while I'm in Kanpur, I am struggling, for these right set of skills to make these equipments there. So the intent is there, the money is there, but we need to bridge this gap. And I think so technology can be the biggest enabler here. And I request everyone to please, dwell upon technology, because that is how we can, fast track or leapfrog into the next. And why don't we set global benchmarks in skilling? I just heard one of the, retired generals speak on YouTube. He was sharing an example of what he experienced in China. They are integrating the civil and the defense in their, their corporations. There are these corporations where civil society, the best of them, and the best of the defense, they are coming. If a startup is willing to, develop something, if he's asking for 5 million, they're giving him 15 million. So this is the kind of, funding and the overall mindset change which we need. Secondly, I think so the skill development also depends a lot on the nurturing of the defense ecosystem by regularly giving them orders. Today, what is happening, a company, competes for a particular business. Next time, when again this business is coming, he again has to compete. He's never ever given a certain amount of due consideration that, you have this capability. It's a national asset now. How can we make use of it? Nobody is thinking on that, national level, that even the private sector is a national asset today. We've invested in it. So I think so more technology, more broader and high level discussions are required if we really want to leapfrog. Otherwise, what Rajiv ji said, let's not just deal with nut and bolt, it's no more required in defense. Thank you.
Yes, but keep it very brief. We are all hungry and waiting for lunch. Yeah, please.
So, in fact, my question will be like an answer to the gentleman who just went first. So, you spoke about skilling students. कि Japan, China में बहुत पहले से करते हैं. In fact, our central board as well skills students science, technology, in STEM, science, technology, engineering and mathematics, right from the 6th grade onwards. So our government and our states and our schools and universities are doing enough to skill our students in that. But yes, definitely industry-specific domains are required. And in this, I would like to also highlight what Manisha Mathur ma'am had said, that there is a small gap. When somebody does IT, engineering, they tend to transcend into tech, IT companies and not have a focus towards defense. And to what, we have had a brief conversation with Major General Mann that it's a foundational skills when we're talking about, and specifically when we're talking about understanding that defense is also a space that whether you are a youth, you need to focus on as well. And that I believe if defense, we are at a defense skills conclave, when we're developing certain curriculum, the mindset also has to be made in that aspect. And also to, put a question to Priyanka Bisht is that when you are thinking of developing a curriculum in this aspect, how would you want to include that aspect so that it's a clear mindset that, this is also one area that one needs to focus on and not only IT companies? Because this is basically majorly our companies, our, country's defense depends on this. So, yeah.
So I think to the point that Sir made, Sir, you will be really happy to know that there are certain states who have started digital literacy right from class 1, and that too in government schools. So वो digital literacy, at least that initiative has been started. थोड़ा सा टाइम लगेगा आई थिंक कि वो सब जगह पहुँचे, बट अभी रिसेंटली हम लोगों ने NASSCOM ने सेक्टर स्किल काउंसिल फॉर ITS वी क्रिएटेड अ कंटेंट फॉर डिजिटल लिटरेसी फ्रॉम 1st till 12th under the Ministry of Skills Development and Entrepreneurship. Anyway sir, 10th 11th 12th के बच्चों को anyway skill based training चल रही है उनकी, बट फर्स्ट ऑनवर्ड्स भी हम लोगों ने अभी स्टार्ट कर दिया है. So that is for you, and for you sir, I think that was of course one of the points, the pain points that I was talking about, that when we are kind of creating anything, I was talking more about the curriculum, but I think for the whole initiative policy that we are making, we will have to keep the MSMEs, the OEMs who are actually working on this domain, to be the advisors. What are your pain points? And that was correctly mentioned, that for every tender, new product, you have to wait for the tender, and then there are so many other competitors, so many other factors, and then you just don't depend on that particular business, then you look for something else. So I think that is also something that, at least as policy makers, government has to ensure that we keep that asset with us and not let them deviate from whatever they are doing, and especially the startups. To your point, yes, when we create curriculums, currently what we are doing is, it's like core competency, and there are some generic skills that are being considered. And especially when we are talking of skills, that is something separate from what the education system is already catering to. This is something which is, kind of, something that can enhance their capabilities, which the college is already giving. But yes, definitely, I think what ma'am said, once we are aware that this is the requirement and we are more involved in these kind of conferences and these kind of discussions, definitely we can take it forward. Thank you.
Thank you. There's Colonel...
Can I take 1 minute to answer her question?
Quickly, please.
Quickly, I'll just read out, ma'am, the STEM content of America. And let us come